I am honored to welcome you today in the online celebration of our health promotion and global health graduates. Graduates, while none of us could have imagined 4 years ago that we would be celebrating this day online, our virtual limitations cannot diminish your actual achievements. Together, you have been a part of resilience and adaptiveness, the likes of which our undergraduate programs have never seen before. Together, you rose to the challenges you faced, those you could anticipate, like OCHEM tests and term papers, and those that demanded more from all of us: racial injustice, the pandemic, and the uncertainty we all felt. Together is how you began our program, and together is how you will leave now, stronger than before. It has been our privilege to watch you grow, learn, and take care of one another in person and online. I thank you for all you have given to USC and to our HB and GH programs along the way. Congratulations and fight on. We have an amazing program for you, and I have the privilege of introducing our speakers. First, you will hear from the Dean of Keck School of Medicine. Dr. Narsingh Rao is the interim dean of Keck School of Medicine, as well as professor of ophthalmology. Prior to his role as interim dean, Dr. Rao was the chair of Department of Ophthalmology and the co-director of the USC Roski Eye Institute. An expert in malignant disorders of the eye, his contributions to the field are myriad. He has published more than 500 peer-reviewed publications, 49 book chapters, and 7 books. In June 2020, Dr. Rao received the International Gold Award of Chinese Ophthalmological Society, and in September he was featured in the Living Legend series of the Indian Journal of Ophthalmology. It is our pleasure and honor to have Dean Rao here with us to share the celebration of the Keck School's accomplished undergraduates as they begin their journeys beyond USC. Please welcome Dean Narsingh Rao.
Hello, everyone. I want to express my congratulations to this year's graduating class for Bachelors of Global Health and Bachelors of Health Promotion and Disease Prevention. As global citizens, we are very much connected with people all across the world. As graduating members of these programs, I have no doubt that you all understand the importance and timeliness of the interconnected nature of the world we live in today, and how better health is achieved by working not only with the body itself, but with all of the contributing socio, cultural, economic, and behavioral factors. Given that we have seen in the past year with the COVID-19 pandemic, I hope you all recognize the key roles that you will be playing as future health professionals and dedicated to the holistic well-being of your patients and their communities. I'm very grateful to offer virtual congratulations for your very real accomplishments. You demonstrated grit, resilience, and dedication to your studies at this critical time in our history. Not only did you persevere in your academic growth, but you also used your creativity and put theory into practice. This class has had a real impact in the community during this pandemic. From tutoring children online to countering vaccine hesitancy and creating bilingual educational material to designing platforms to help homeless populations. The list goes on. There are countless ways in which this class rolled up their sleeves for the greater good in the midst of crisis. I cannot thank you all enough for rising to the occasion. Now you are ready to take your training and education out into the wider world. Whether you are going on to an advanced degree, serving in the public sector, or seizing on any one of the myriad of opportunities your degree will open up for you, please know how proud we are to have you represent USC and Keck School of Medicine. I know I speak on behalf of our faculty and staff when I commend you on reaching this important milestone. Celebrate today with your loved ones and revel in your achievements. Please be safe and congratulations once again.
Dr. Richard Watanabe is a professor of biostatistics and the vice chair of education for the Department of Preventive Medicine. A researcher in the pathophysiology and genetics of type 2 diabetes. Dr. Watanabe also serves as Associate Dean for Health and Population Sciences programs for the Keck School of Medicine. A supporter of our undergraduate programs, we are delighted to welcome Dr. Richard Watanabe.
Congratulations, class of 2021. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Richard Watanabe. I'm Vice Chair for Education for the Department of Preventive Medicine, and I'm also Associate Dean for Health and Population Sciences programs at the Keck School of Medicine. I am extremely proud of all of you who are graduating this year. You have survived through a pandemic, changes to your education, and all kinds of other hurdles that most other years you would never ever face. In fact, we are extremely proud of what you have accomplished and what you will accomplish once you leave USC. This will be a story that you're going to tell your children and your grandchildren, that you survived the pandemic of 2020 and 2021. For those of you who are graduating today, the future is extremely bright. Some of you will be going off to medical school, others off to dental school. Still others are thinking about graduate school, getting degrees in sciences or in public health or in other fields. Those of you that are going into the sciences are going to find yourself probably standing in front of a classroom eventually and teaching. And still others of you are actually thinking about education as your primary career. And still others are just ready to go out there and get a job and make your mark on society. Whatever it is you all do, we want you all to go out there and maintain that level of honesty and integrity, to keep open-minded and to be fair-minded, be empathetic, and also be self-aware. But also, given what you've learned here at USC, we want you all to also be creative and to maintain your curiosity and push those boundaries in whatever field it is you're in. And always remember to be courageous. Have the courage to push those boundaries and make your mark upon society. So once again, congratulations to all of our graduates. But I also want to take this moment to congratulate your parents, your siblings, and your loved ones who have supported you through this entire endeavor. They were probably your biggest cheerleaders, your biggest supporters, and they are probably the most proud of you and of what you have accomplished. To the parents, family members, and friends who are in attendance today, congratulations to all of you, because you're as much a part of this as your sons and daughters. So with that, welcome to the Trojan family and fight on.
Dr. Howard Hugh is a professor and the Flora L. Thornton Chair of the Department of Preventive Medicine. Dr. Hugh has led multi-institutional and international teams investigating the environmental, nutritional, social, psychosocial, genetic, and epigenetic determinants of chronic disease and impaired child development in birth cohort and aging cohort studies in the US, Mexico, India, China, and elsewhere around the world. His team's work has generated more than 300 publications and won several prestigious awards from agencies including the US, NIH, NIEHS, the American Public Health Association, and the International Society for Environmental Epidemiology. A respected leader sharing his energy and expertise with the Keck School. Please welcome Dr. Howard Hugh.
Hi, everybody. I'm Howard Hugh, the chair of the Department of Preventive Medicine. I'm thrilled to have the privilege of being among those sending you out into the world to use the skills you've learned during your time with us. Why? It's because we know we have trained you well. Our faculty are among the smartest, most incisive people in their fields, and I can see the passion that they bring to the classroom and to impart their knowledge and experience every day. It's because much of your training has leveraged case studies and data generated by understanding the health of one of the largest, most diverse, and fascinating populations in the world, the people of Los Angeles County in Southern California. It's because by pivoting successfully to complete your education and training in the middle of the pandemic, you have demonstrated a focus, strength, and resilience that will sustain you through almost any crisis. And it's because this same pandemic has served as a wake-up call for the entire world of the importance of epidemiology, biostatistics, behavior, the environment, and population health policy, the bedrock of training that you have received and what you will offer to the world. And finally, it's because as we got to know you, we have learned how very special you are as new scholars, proponents, and ambassadors for public health. We also acknowledge, by the way, how much you as students have pushed us as faculty to redouble our efforts to address issues in our own backyard, such as the continuing need for diversity and to diversify our faculty and to recruit students from disadvantaged backgrounds. As you go out into the world and become the professionals and researchers and the leaders you are meant to be, know this. We will always love to hear back from you about your successes and experiences, and I'm sure your classmates would love to stay in touch. Please join the alumni network through our email lists, social media sites, and the like. Stay in contact so you can also hear about our initiatives. Here's one that's coming up real soon. Did you know that this summer we're changing our name from the Department of Preventive Medicine to the Department of Population and Public Health Sciences? We also invite you to attend in person or by Zoom departmental special events. Here's two. On June 3rd, we'll be hosting Dr. Janet Woodcock, the Commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, to talk about a relatively neglected but critical aspect of controlling the pandemic, i.e. the use of therapeutics to prevent COVID disease progression. On June 9th, we'll host Dr. Sandro Galea, Dean of the Boston University School of Public Health and Chair of the Board of Directors of the Association of Schools and Programs in Public Health, to address the future of public health training in the wake of the pandemic. We would also love to connect you with the students that follow in your footsteps, some of whom will be terrific visitors and contributors to your own work as interns or practicum students. Finally, allow me to share with you this one thought. So much of what we do in population health is driven by data. It is the lifeblood of our specialty, the evidence that separates fact from fiction, truth from speculation. We work hard to obtain that data, labor to interpret the data with the very best tools, invent new ways to collect the data, and analyze the data to extract meaning. Nevertheless, as said by one of my mentors, Dr. Jack Geiger, a champion of human rights and a legendary public health figure, statistics are human beings with the tears wiped away. We must also bring to our field empathy and compassion. Indeed, they provide our moral compass as we go out into the world to make our mark. Students, congratulations on everything you have accomplished during your time with us, and we all look forward to the great achievements you will surely make and in staying in touch. Thank you.
Dr. Tess Cruz is a clinical associate professor of preventive medicine of the Keck School of Medicine. For over 25 years, she has been a part of research and teaching at the master's and undergraduate levels in health education, communications, and health disparities. She serves as the co-lead of the Tobacco Center of Regulatory Science Project, funded by NIH, and is an investigator on projects using health communication to reduce COVID. A dedicated faculty member and friend, please welcome Dr. Tess Cruz.
Today is a pretty joyful day. Congratulations to each of you for your hard work and your accomplishments. It's a time to start new things and reflect on the past. And I share in this moment because I'm retiring from a lifetime of research and teaching, and I'm thinking about what I've learned. So I'd like to share 3 things that students taught me. First, I've learned that students have a voice and they need to be given a chance to use it. We all need a safe place to share ideas and experiment and be a voice in the learning process. Student experiences are as important as the professors. It's how we make new ideas personally relevant. When you step outside USC and you cross the sidewalk to find things out, you learn about diversity in thinking, problems, and inequalities. And when you share them with us in the classroom, we all benefit. Lesson 1 means that we need to ask rather than tell, to generate learning that will be meaningful. Second, don't be afraid to share your vulnerabilities. You can laugh more, be annoyed, be puzzled, be frustrated, share your humor, even though in my case, humor doesn't always work. And you can share your anxieties. This past year, I shared my anxieties about teaching in a time of crisis and conflict. I didn't know if I could help guide students through the huge problems we're facing with racism, disparities, and the pandemic. I learned that when I don't know the answers, students have insights that can help. You guided me. I could share your ideas with others, and together we could work on new ways of seeing. So lesson 2, share your vulnerabilities, and we can solve hard problems together. The last thing I've learned, and I'm still working on it, is to be humble. Teachers are not the only dispenser of knowledge. The classroom and clinic and community are huge co-learning experiences with people who are already filled to the brim with ideas. We may hear things that we don't like. We may have to check our egos at the door. We may have to negotiate new ways of arranging all the ideas in our heads. But it begins by backing off and helping everyone teach and then listening hard. So lesson number 3, we need to hear things we don't want to hear if we're going to keep growing and become lifelong learners. I've learned much more, like the importance of finding work that you love. But these 3 are the hard lessons. Give people a voice, share who you really are, and work on humility. I hope these ideas are helpful as you celebrate and move forward. Congratulations, graduates, and my thanks to each of you for helping me learn.
It is our great pleasure to have health promotion alumna, Dr. Tannaz Farzan Dalianifar, as our commencement speaker for the Keck School undergraduate programs. After graduating from HP more than 20 years ago, Tannaz went on to study at Yale University School of Medicine. She returned to Los Angeles to complete her internship, residency, and fellowship at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, where she is now an attending physician specializing in pediatric gastroenterology and motility disorders. Tannaz is also a clinical assistant professor of pediatrics at the Keck School of Medicine, devoted to supporting the development and education of future physicians. Tannaz serves as the Director of Resident and Medical Student Education at CHLA, and alumna whose work continues to make her HP family proud every day. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome back Dr. Tannaz Farzan Danialifar.
Good afternoon. My first thought in speaking to a group of graduates from the School of Health Promotion and Disease Prevention was that I could summarize the value of your education in 5 letters and 2 numbers: COVID-19. Never has the impact of sociocultural, behavioral, psychological, and biologic factors affecting health and disease been more clear. I was going to share a list of risk factors associated with COVID-19 infection, ranging from age, ethnicity, to the use of acid-suppressing medications. But you know all of that. So instead, I want to share something else with you. Babies laugh at around 2 months old, no matter where or how they are brought up. This means laughter is a biological imperative. We're wired to laugh. We need to laugh. In a year of loneliness, hopelessness, isolation, fear, and fatigue, the value and necessity of simple moments of laughter and joy has been more clear to me than ever. So instead of boring you all with a speech about COVID-19 and how it has changed the world, I'll share with you a list of my own. The flower arrangement given to me by my 14-year-old patient when he achieved continence for the first time. The excitement in my 4-year-old's face when he hit a home run during his first t-ball game. Kneading the perfect challah dough. The first sip of iced coffee of your day. An email from a pediatrician telling me that the talk I just gave on constipation was one of the best she's ever heard. For me, these are small moments of joy I encounter on a daily basis that put a smile on my face. As college juniors and seniors, COVID took away a lot of the fun of being a college student. No football tailgates, no fountain run, no happy hours, or big graduation ceremony and parties to follow. Despite your college experience looking completely different from what you had expected, I bet that each and every one of you can recall many moments of joy that put a smile on your face. For many of you, today is just the beginning. You'll go on to graduate school, professional school, internships, residencies, starter jobs, until you end up at what you think is the final destination. As you embark upon your individual paths, keep in mind the words of Apple CEO Tim Cook. Let your joy be in your journey, not in some distant goal. Find the things that make you want to get up and dance. The snapshots of time you want to hold in your memory forever, and take it one step further. Create those moments for other people. My daughter's kindergarten class recently read the book, Have You Filled a Bucket Today? By Carol McLeod. It talks about an invisible bucket we all carry full of good thoughts and feelings. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Even small acts of kindness or words of appreciation may fill someone's bucket and bring them joy. While COVID-19 has taught us the importance of careers dedicated to public health, it has also shown us the darkness and challenge in those careers. Many of you have chosen to dedicate your lives to the wellness of others, whether on the individual or population scale. In order to dedicate so much of ourselves to the well-being of others, we need to make sure our own individual buckets are full. The road ahead is bound to be full of challenges ranging from sleepless nights to difficult patients and public health crises. As you take each obstacle on, don't forget about the moments and the people who bring you joy. It's that joy that will make you the best educator, doctor, researcher, pharmacist, epidemiologist, or whatever else you may go on to become. Thank you and fight on.
Our graduate speaker today completed her bachelor's in health promotion and disease prevention studies and her MPH, an honor cord recipient for her academic excellence throughout her undergraduate career. She also was granted the university's Discovery Scholar distinction for her undergraduate research. She will begin the MD program at the Rutgers University this fall. Please welcome your HP and Global Health commencement speaker, Noor Abdelazim.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Noor Abdelazim, and I'm so honored to be speaking at the commencement for the graduating class of 2021. This is a really exciting day and one that we've looked forward to for so many years. So congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. It's been a really challenging but rewarding journey, and despite a global pandemic and a really quick shift to remote learning, we've all managed to graduate. You finally did it, and you should all be incredibly proud of yourselves for making it to this monumental landmark in your lives. I want to take the time to thank those most important who have helped us get this far. I want to thank my mom and dad, my grandparents, sisters, aunts and uncles, and all of the family members who are here with us today to celebrate the graduating class of 2021. Without your unconditional love and support, our journey would not have led us to this point. Thank you for holding us up when we couldn't stand on our own. Thank you for believing in us, especially when things got tough and it was really hard to believe in ourselves. And thank you for the sacrifices you've made to make this possible for us. None of this has gone unnoticed, and today is just as much of our victory as it is yours. Thank you to the faculty, staff, mentors, and advisors who have worked tirelessly to provide us with an incredible education and experience at Keck. For many of us, the relationships we've cultivated in this community will last a lifetime. And now that I'm done being sentimental, I want to share a very real message with my fellow classmates. This past year, more than any, we've learned that the future is very uncertain. And sometimes it can be very scary to think about, but other times it's really exciting because it means that whatever you want to accomplish moving forward is very much possible. And I'm not saying that it'll be easy, but the only person who can limit or decide your fate is you. I want you all to know that as much as it's important to honor our success, it's also important to accept, learn from, and honor our failures. Because let's face it, on the road to this point, we've all faced disappointments and failures. And I'm certain that while we'll do incredible things in the future, there will also be more failures, disappointments, and bumps along the road. So don't ever be ashamed to fail or make mistakes because that's how we get better. And most importantly, don't ever give up on yourself, especially in those moments. Always be your biggest advocate and don't let anyone or anything, not a teacher, a coworker, a rejection from a graduate program or a job, not anything or anyone decide for you what you're capable of. And most importantly, don't ever limit yourself. Anything you want, you can accomplish. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable and enjoy the process along the way. So congratulations again to the class of 2021. I'm so incredibly proud of each and every one of us, and I'm excited to see what we'll all accomplish in the future.